Hey everyone, welcome back to Channel Dad Bryon Lape Reads, and here we have information about some pop culture stuff. Now I have to say and have to remind everybody that I was a big fan of Battlestar Galactica back in the 70s, and I really like the reboot. I've watched the whole thing twice through streaming on Netflix, been years ago, and I watch parts of it now and then just to kind of remember certain things. I did also watch the prequel that they did years later. I really like that. I actually did watch the prequel show that they tried to do. It just felt too forced. I think they should have waited a little while. Part of the problem is, some people didn't want to let go that the series had ended and it really needed a breather, and it just kind of fell flat on its face. And I remember seeing on YouTube a little while ago a big reunion of vast majority of the cast, and they talked about a possible reboot then, and it was kind of like, well, good luck to them. It's and it's been almost 20 years since this one's been. I think if it was like a 15-year reunion when I saw it, and to me, I like the way that they treated it. Was a sideways reboot, right? The original parts of the original had happened. Obviously, there had been a Cylon war. They paid homage to the old show, and obviously the show, they were in space somewhere and they never went anywhere. But part of that mystique was there, and I think they did a very good job with it. So I just saw this today, and this comes from Jen. I guess it's Vejvoda. I guess Vejvoda. I'm not sure. Vejvoda. I don't know if that J is a Y or an H. This is on IGN.com. So Battlestar Galactica Reboot announces its showrunner, and it's part of it is it's not known if is it a reboot, is it a retelling of some stuff, is it a later telling of some stuff, is it a sideways story? The Battlestar Galactica reboot is moving forward at NBC Universal's new streaming service Peacock. Okay, so I saw the Peacock streaming up here, and I wondered if that was NBC. According to Deadline, Michael Lesslie will create, write, and executive produce the series. Okay, hopefully they get some good writers. Lesslie was the showrunner of AMC's Little Drummer Girl and was also the screenwriter of the Assassin's Creed movie. Not the greatest of credentials. Battlestar Galactica began a 1978 TV series from the creator Glenn A. Larson before being revamped by Ronald D. Moore in 2004. That beloved TV sci-fi channel series ran until 2009. Yeah, it was very good. I think it got a little weak at the end when they were trying to wrap up some stuff, and I think the last half of the last season, it just got, I don't know. It was really the battle, the Cylon battles, and when they took out what was it? Not the Hive. I think it was the Hive, and then they jumped to Earth and all that. I think part of it for me was what the time frame for Earth at the end was really lame. Two short-lived BSG spin-off series have been produced in the past: Galactica 1980 and the prequel Caprica. So yeah, Galactica 1980, I remember, and I actually have seen it a few times because I keep forgetting I've watched it, and then I get the DVDs and I've seen those because it's so forgettable. Caprica could have been pretty good. I think if they would have taken a breather before Caprica. This Battlestar reboot will also be an executive produced by Mr. Robots, Sam Esmail, I guess. I don't know who Mr. Robot is. I know Bad Robot, but Deadline says Lesslie will completely reimage the work of BSG. I am beyond excited to be taking on this iconic and inspirational show as a lifelong devotee. I know that the possibilities of Battlestar Galactica world are infinite, and that each iteration has raised the bar for epic intelligence and sci-fi storytelling. The teams at Esmail Corp, UCP, and Peacock are second to none, and I already know that we are going to honor Glenn A. Larson and Ronald D. Moore's landmark series and break new boundaries with new vision. It's a dream come true. I just can't wait to share with fans, new and old alike. So say we all. It's going to be hard to top Moore's series because he didn't. Now, the original show had women in power. You had women pilots. You had a black man as the second in command. You had quite a bit of diversity for 78. And then the new series, we had some Asian. Granted, it's Caprica. It's Geminon. It's these other planets. It's not, us humans. But there was a good mix, and there was some recasts in there. So the most controversial was Starbuck becoming a woman, but I think they did a good job with it. I liked that character. It took a while for my wife to like it, but I think that it worked. It's gonna be hard to top that because unless I don't know, because you had people that were part human and part robot. Okay. No word yet on what exactly Leslie's take on the saga of the surviving humans led by Commander Adama and their struggle to survive against the cybernetic Cylons. What do you think? Reboot again. I think it's stupid. Let us know in the comments below. Let's see what kind of comments we have. All this happened before. There you go. This should absolutely not be a thing. The only story I'm interested in would be a series centered around the first Cylon War. Plenty of rich material there. There's no need to reinvent the events that they already. And then there was there was a webisode. There was a web series that they did. Some showing the backstory of Adama in that war, and then some showing this Commander Kane or Admiral Kane. Michelle, what was her name? Michelle something. Fully agree that rebooting this is a terrible choice. We definitely be inferior. Absolutely. I think it's going to be horrible. If you want a story about the first Cylon War, though, check out the game Battlestar Galactica Deadlock. That's pretty interesting. No, straight to Peacock. This train wreck written all over it. I can only be create the concept, drop a lot of acid, redraw what you have, and call it something else. Presto, you have a new IP. There you go. I remember reading something about this earlier. I wasn't going to be a reboot, but rather a new story in the same universe. That was an assumption because I didn't know. Don't get me wrong. Sci-fi BSG was great, but has Xeon 80s kids. Yeah, has I don't know. Hoping they draw okay. All this happened before. Yep. I think it cheapens the original series. It should not be rebooted again. Yeah. Such as Blood and Chrome, the series. If anything, they should make another story in that continuity. Blood and Chrome with a good budget, and rebooting it again after hardly 10 years is just stupid. Yeah, that's true. Well, that's all Hollywood's doing anymore. Bad idea. The recent one is still alive and kicking. Absolutely. And I thought Kylo Ren died at the end of the last one. Why reboot him? So is this a reboot of the original or a reboot of the reboot? It's too bad studios are too afraid to take new IPs. Depends on who plays Starbuck and Apollo. Why are there two Ps? If they have a woman playing Starbuck, I would give it a miss. If they stick with the original, then it's a good chance. Little boys bitter. No. How about established characters? At this point, Katie Sago is the established character, right? Yeah, in some ways, yeah. I want these network streaming services like Peacock, CBS Access, and even HBO Max to fail. Yeah. As soon as cutting cord became viable, streaming landscape reorganized itself and essentially to be cable again. Yep, it did. I think it's dumb. I think it's a horrible idea. I wouldn't mind other show us some other, let's say there's some other humans that escape and they don't know about each other, or maybe in stuff beforehand or whatever. But yeah, I think 2009, so this has been 11 years at this point. Probably by the time this show hits the airwaves, we're talking 12-ish years, maybe 12, 13 years. Went from 78 to 2004, right? So that's 26 years or 20. Yeah, that sounds right. 26 years on the original before they rebooted. So, and that was, what's his name? Oh, I'm gonna blank on his name. I can see him. He played Apollo in the original series. He had been trying to get this rebooted even in the 90s, and finally he played Tom Sawyer. God grief, I can remember his characters' names, but not the actor. That's sad. So anyway, I think it's a bad idea. I think it's a really, really bad idea. But who knows? If they come up with something good, I'll watch it. At least give it a chance. When the BSG reboot, I was skeptical. Saw the miniseries and was like, okay, I cannot wait for this to start. This is awesome. And pretty much up until the end, they had really strong writing. There's a few weak episodes here and there, and a few that gets a little stretched out, but it's pretty good. All right, so what do you think of a possible reboot? You'd like it, not like it? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much, and we will see you. Goodbye. Doesn't that look like it work? For Peacock streaming services, NBC. All right, 3, 2, 1. I got a burp first. All right. What are we doing again?